Welcome back, boys, and we're going to an ace match in between StarTale-yoe and MVP. We do have our ace match members. It is Life versus Seed, a player we have seen come out twice, but he has lost twice against Protoss, but it's going to be his first game up against Zerg. Life already wiping the floor with Marine King's face.
Making him look pretty embarrassing sort of show, I gotta say. He really just had his way with Marine King in every single way. He controlled the game completely and just dominated every fight, harassed perfectly. And now he's up against Seed. Granted, we did see Life fall to Classic in the last ace match he played against the Protoss on this map.
Yeah, it's really about this map. Life was able to defeat Protoss as speeding all ends, but this is a huge map, the biggest in the pool. And we're going to jump into it right now. It's Life versus Seed on Deadwing. Up here on the top left in the red, the Zerg player for StarTale, it is Life.
Down here in the bottom right, we have the player for MVP Seed, showing his PBZ for the first time this season.
And right before the game started, Seed asked Life, please go easy on me. Don't try too hard. Life just responded with a sad face and a couple of dots, and Seed did the same. So,
well, it is going to be cross map, which I would give the advantage to Protoss in terms of going to the late game comfortably, getting onto 4 base comfortably, defending a lot easier as well. No sort of swarmo shenanigans down vertical spawns like we did see against Classic. Granted, there was a bit of a few mistakes from Life that really hindered his sort of progress in that game.
I'm just not sure if Seed's actually going to go for that. I mean, it makes sense, right? But does Seed really want to take it that late against Life? Well, I'm not so sure. I mean, he strikes me as a very aggressive Protoss. He likes to do some tricky builds, but...
Yeah, I think, though, in this position and considering the map, and we have seen Life stumble in the late game against Protoss. You know, I feel like this is like one of his weakest sort of situations to be in, is going to the late game, being forced perhaps into that Swarm Host style if Protoss can get like the army that's going to destroy anything else with Storm and Colossi and whatnot. Sometimes you just have to go Swarm Host because it gets too late and you can't really go any other sort of effective composition. And if he's put in that situation, we have seen Life crumble many times before.
Yeah, and I definitely agree with you. I do think that Seed should go for it. I just don't know if he will. If he's studied Life's play, he should know this, of course. Like, us as the commentators, we're supposed to know this. We do know this. And I'm sure Seed has done even more research on Life as a player, and maybe his coaches did as well, especially if he's coming out here in the ace match against Life, possibly saved specifically for Life. So wouldn't be surprised if we see a very specific build used against Life.
We're seeing Seed play very carefully in the start of this game, going for gateway before expansion and scouting with a very early probe. He is making sure he's completely safe against anything that can come his way, including a 9 pool. And he's going to be scouting the hatch first. And if he dares, check the main base for speed.
Well, it seems like he does dare, and he will be able to see that gas, so he can assume speed coming his way. Gonna pull in and also see the pool timing and just get out.
And no doubt he has been watching the Star League, so he knows exactly what this means from Life. That Life can and will go for a really heavy early speedling sort of aggression. If he can find a way, and he will, it's going to be up to Seed. Is he going to... Well, I guess the best way for him to deal with this would be to make that sort of gateway block at the front of your base and make sure you have units ready to defend against what's going to come.
Yeah, so far just putting down that cybernetics core makes 1 zealot as well. Immediately Warp Gate Research does come in here for Seed. And a Sentry. So going to delay that Mothership Core.
Yeah, really delaying the Mothership Core, which is pretty interesting. And I'm not entirely sure if I agree with, because we are going to see Zerglings come and kind of poke around and harass if they can.
Yeah, most of core definitely a little bit better than the Sentry at defending against this. I mean, he scouted the speed, and already 4 Zerglings here at the natural as well. And there's that Sentry. He could actually get caught out here if he gets this around. The probes have to be pulled even to defend against this. Force Field comes out. It does save the Sentry. He's losing so much mining time in the meantime.
Well, he just lost all his worth with the Sentry, you know. He's losing probes as well. 2 go down. Speed is about to finish, so these are going to stay in the main base for a very long time. I think we're seeing Seed kind of get dominated already, falling apart.
Oh, no. He's going to lose the Sentry as well.
Loses the Sentry. He gets rid of 3 of the Lings, so a little bit more of a relief.
Speed is finished, though.
Speed is finished.
So they're going to be even more annoying.
Oh, he gets another probe.
Already 4 probes going down and a Sentry with just 6 Speedlings.
Yeah. That is cost efficiency for you. And we are seeing more and more Sentries being made. This really kind of looks like it will be a sort of earlier sort of third base. We even saw a gateway get cancelled at the front.
Yeah, I guess he just wants to get that Nexus down.
Wow.
Maybe just making it for a wall to make sure that no more Zerglings get in and then just cancel it, put down the Nexus.
This is an interesting sort of play.
I wonder if Life's going to respond to the fact that this Nexus is coming up.
He made 10 Lings instantly when he saw this. He was like, okay.
Answers my question.
Yep.
Although he does make some more drones after it, so
need
only 10.
Pretty big block to block this off as well, like 3 gateways perhaps, 2 or 3. Maybe a forge in there with 2. So that's a lot more minerals having to be added. We did see Warp Gate finish in time, so he's going to have 4 Sentries at least for the Speedling kind of pressure as we see +1 melee be added.
And he does get down that wall, only forcing 1 force field out there for the small hole.
2 gates and a forge to block things off. Pretty delayed on that +1 melee attack, which Protoss really won around this time. This map gives you the opportunity to get it a bit later because you do have that second ramp to the third base. So you're kind of safe no matter what.
With all these Sentries, of course, he doesn't have enough energy for an hallucination scout. He's going to be able to get a full scout of the base of life. See exactly what tech he's going into, how many drones he's got.
And I think we're going to see Seed kind of move across the map with a recall and apply some pressure. It'll be the next kind of step in his plan. Not going for an all-in by any means. Just you know, some pressure, some aggression. Force out units that don't want to be made from life. And from there, try and get an idea of what he's going as well. Because if you only see Zerglings on the map, it can be any tech. It can be fast Mutalisks, it can be Hydras, it can be something else like Swarm Hosts. We've seen all ranges of things. So you want to try and force out perhaps units that don't want to be made, but Life's simply sticking with mass Zerglings. +1 melee, almost finished.
And did you guys just see what I saw on Seed's camera? He's making 2 Stargates. He adds the 5th and 6th gas as well at his third base. So it looks like he wants to transition a bit here into air units. Starting to put down a lot of force fields here, trying to get that done.
Ooh.
In the meantime, putting down a 3rd Stargate, and he does recall.
Wow. Gonna be the wrong choice. Unfortunately for Seed, we are seeing the Infestation Pit. So I think it depends if he's going to go into Void Rays, I guess. Like, if he's going to go simply straight into blind sort of Phoenix counter without really scouting anything. And we are seeing Infestors being upgraded for life. So Pathogen Clans being upgraded. It's going to be fantastic against this sort of 3 Stargate tech, that's for sure.
Look at that. 2 Phoenixes on the tab already. The 3rd Stargate actually did get scouted by the Overlord of Life. So he knows that at least 1 Stargate is coming his way.
Big mistake from Life. He made those Infestors too soon. They will not have the Pathogen upgrade.
Uh-oh.
So a little bit of a mishap there. A little too eager to make them.
It's definitely very unfortunate. And
oh, wait. Hang on a second. It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
Maybe he made it like exactly on time.
Maybe. In my production view, it does look a little weird. Oh, all right.
Oh.
I'm more curious about this than anything else. Okay,
oh, it just barely finishes.
Okay. All right, I blame the resolution of my monitor, Valdez, because this is a weird monitor.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that.
That's what I'm blaming, dude. No mistakes made from Life so far.
Yeah. He'll be totally fine. He's got 6 Infestors with another one on the way with enough energy for a fungal.
Yeah, he can definitely lock down anything. And these Phoenix are going to be a waste unless he can catch maybe some Infestors. We don't see much else besides the Infestors, which can be a worry for Life if they do get caught out by some well-spread Phoenix. And actually, another big mistake is no Zergling on the Xel'Naga tower. And here they come. The Phoenix are on their way. Life sees him. He's like, whoa, I got to get these guys back. I got to make Spore Crawlers. I got to get my Queens in position so I can catch them.
He's looking for a fungal as well. He's not going to risk it just yet. But that is a lot of energy. 2 more Phoenixes to join. And look at all of these drones going down. 14 in total. Going to totally kill that whole 4th base.
Yeah, they got a lot more energy as well. They can wipe out a ton more drones if they get the opportunity to do so. And so many Zerglings on the map. A huge burrow at the 4th base as well. Oh, and a massive Zealot Warp into the main base. Everything is out of position. Zerglings having to run home. And they should be back in time. But still going to take some damage in the main.
There the Zerglings. A nice fungal as well. Picking up a Queen here, but a decent fungal. If he can link it, this will be pretty good. 21 drones have gone down, but look at this. All of these Phoenixes being caught in those fungals. One
Very
more
important.
should be able to do it.
Yeah, very important. Going to give him sort of the ability to move back on to the map with the Infestors. These Zealot Warpins, though, are doing critical damage, Valdez, because these Zerglings do not have... actually, they do have enough upgrades to survive them. To survive 3 hits. Only +1 on the Zealots for now. To the 1 carapace of life, so he can take 3 hits on these Zerglings. They can clean them up with Zerglings, which can be a big problem. Oh, and a nice force field trapping at least 14 of the Zerglings in that little donut. So a very
really
easy
nice,
cleanup.
fast reaction. Getting that Observer over there will be able to clean it up.
But so many more Zerglings moving across the map. Look at that line on the map. That is a ridiculous amount of Zerglings. That is 82 Zerglings.
And he's transitioning right into Ultras with this as well.
Oh, but look, now there's Archons. Now it becomes a bit more of a problem.
Life's going to go for it anyway. He's got so many Zerglings. Look at the fungals on the sentries in the back.
Oh, wow. Huge surround. Oh, and the Archons aren't really kept at the back, so they are taking a fair amount of damage from these Zerglings, but everything getting cleaned up. These Infestors are going to have to get out of here quick, Smart.
Run, Infestors!
Run for your life.
That Observer's on the chase with the Archon as well, but doesn't look like they're fast enough just yet. Blink being researched right now, but he's only got 1 Stalker, so...
We are seeing Ultras as well being made.
And I don't believe Seed knows about this just yet. He does have 1 robotics facility. He's going to want to start pumping out those Immortals once he finds this out.
I think at this point, now that he knows exactly the composition of what Seed has, Swarmos would be the best idea. Because there is nothing that really defeats Swarmos Lucas effectively. Sure, like Archons will help a bit, but besides that, there's not really any Colossi tech anytime soon. There's actually no Robo Bay. So this is like it'd be a perfect transition, you realize. But still, I mean, Archons, Ultralisk will still be very efficient. To a point. Until there's too many Immortals, and then they can be kind of hard counted down. It also is kind of important to have enough Queens on the map to help them out.
1 Muta is able to clean up the Warp Prism with some help of the Fungals.
And look at this creep spread. This creep spread is passing the middle of the map, making its way towards the 4th base of Seed. And now that they are on equal bases, Life is really going to have to start to make something happen with this composition, even adding a Bailing Nest.
Interesting idea. He's getting Neural Power Star right now.
Oh, that is fantastic.
It's going to be interesting.
We
see how this
never
one turns
see
out.
that. Yeah, here we go. You're going to see him try and make his way in. Huge Zealot block at the top of the 3rd base. At the same time, massive amounts of infested Terrans coming down. There's not enough here to clean up.
Not nearly enough. A burrow on a lot of those Infestors to try to get away from this. All those infested Terrans getting to work. That is so much DPS right now.
That is a lot of DPS. We are seeing the 4th base kind of be evacuated, but no kills just yet. Archons are getting cleaned up. There isn't many left, only 2, and they're pretty weak. And now that the Immortal's been caught out as well, it's going to go down this 4th.
Oh no, Lings have gotten in at that 3rd as well. Once Life finds a hole in your defense, he's going to really take advantage of that.
Everything's streaming across the map at this point. Seed has completely been devastated. The defenses are gone. He's reinforcing as best he can. These 2 Immortals nearly dead. And now we do see Zealots being warped in, which can help out for the moment. They do have +2, so they can two-shot Zerglings. But
Well,
there's just too many.
Yeah. 4th place is killed. 3rd base about to be killed. Drones, or rather probes, are transferring into their death. And Seed looks defeated.
Yeah, there is nothing left for Seed at this point. He's trying his best, playing his heart out for this ace match, but Life is up 180 supply.
Oh my god. GG. Life able to take 2 wins today and win it here for StarTale-yoe. And that's not going to bode well for the MVP team with that loss. I believe it is impossible for them to get to the playoffs.
Very unfortunate situation, but a great win for StarTale-yoe. It's great to see the Zerg team kill it once again.
Zerg team, I'm sure you're happy about that one, Lid. They were 3-2 with a -2 indicator, and now they will be -1 indicator, 4-2.
All right, so they're nearly in 4th place, if not in 4th place from that. I think 4th place was -2. I think.
Yeah, they were 4th place with that.
Oh,
so,
right. All
but
right.
I think they will just stay at 4th place, possibly.
Yeah,
but
for
we'll
now.
have to take a look at that a little bit later on. Seed, obviously, very disappointed. Sent out here in the ace match against Life for a reason. He wanted to play it late. He had an interesting strategy, but Life, he was like, okay, I can actually play late game against Protoss, but I'm not even going to use Swarm Hosts.
Yeah, it looked like he could have been gearing up for it, but he did scout the 3-star game. He's like, oh, I'll just go Infestors then, I guess.
Yeah.
Ended up wiping out all the Phoenix count, and from there, just going into the late game. He was already upgrading his melee, so just transitioning into Ultras in the late game, had that composition advantage the whole time.